Now, I want you to, first of all, see if you have any raisins left. Anyone need more? Because you'll need more. If you do, I will just pass these out, and you can feel free to take one or two more, or however many you like. And now, I want you to actually look at your raisins in your hands. See what they look like. You can even touch them. Just feel what their texture is like. And now think about all of the work that's gone into bringing this bit of food into your hands. Really think about the farmers who would have cultivated the grapes and made them into the raisins. And then the people who would have transported those grapes turned into raisins to the organic food store to be able to put it in a box to then bring it to you. Really imagine that whole chain of events that has happened now. And really, let's appreciate what we have right in front of us. Let's really feel some gratitude for the gift of nourishment, which keeps us alive. And now from this space of gratitude, let us actually put one or two in our mouth and see if you can even chew it up to 30 times. You can even close your eyes if you like. Really feel what it feels like and take your time. And as you're now finishing up, see if you can imagine this bit of food with these wonderful raisins digesting in your body and converting into amazing strength and amazing health, amazing immunity, giving you the best nourishment, the best quality of health and vitality. And if you feel comfortable, you can even perhaps start to sit onto your feet. If you've seen this before, you need not do it. You can actually visualize it. But this is a yogic posture called Vajrasana, where you sit between your feet. And I'll show you a picture of it also on here. You would just sit up straight if you feel comfortable. And if you don't worry at all, because just the visualization will have a great impact. This is the pose in case you want to see a full photo. And now just close your eyes for a moment and really connect with this whole area from the base of the spine to the top of the head. And just imagine this beautiful conversion process and this beautiful gaining of strength within you. And you can slowly open your eyes. And I would love to hear how your experience was different in both incidences. And how did the raisins taste in both cases? First of all, did you taste the raisins the first time around? Anyone? I'd love to hear.
But then when you asked us to be mindful, I could then taste the sweet and the sour and the pungency of the grape. So just bringing my mind to what it really tasted like, that was, it's different. I mean, it's something that we just don't pay attention to when we're eating.
Yeah. Exactly. We got some more.
Raisins have always been that kind of dry fruit that I just hate. For some reason in the past, that was cool to be experienced in my life where I realized how sweet they are and the subtlety in it.
Wonderful. So a really important aspect of Ayurveda is not only what we eat, but actually what we digest. So our teachers here always teach us that you are not what you eat, you're actually what you digest. And unfortunately, or fortunately, you're also what you don't digest. So So that's why, we really want to digest our food very nicely. And we really cultivate the spirit of gratitude and reverence with which we eat here at Vedika and in the whole Ayurveda tradition. We are cultivating a sacred relationship with our food, which is what we did in the second experience of mindful eating. And that's why we also give a lot of attention to our altars. Be sure to see it inside the kitchen after our presentations here. They're always beautifully taken care of, and we offer our food, first to the altar before we take it into ourselves. And we really think of our digestion and our digestive fire, as we call it in Ayurveda, as being like this sacred entity within ourselves that connects us to the best of ourselves. So I'm very happy that you could actually experience a bit of that here. I know for me, this has been an incredibly transformative practice, just of really connecting with the food, first of all, feeling that gratitude, having that reverence for what is in front of me and what has been prepared either by myself or someone else and where it has come from. I had struggled with a lot of eating disorders before I came to Ayurveda, and so for me, the relationship with food was always something, on the go. When I had a chance, I would eat it in the car while working on the computer or talking to someone else. And like I think you had astutely pointed out, it's like you don't realize it's happening. It's just kind of you grab something on the corner, it's going in, you feel somewhat full or maybe not, but we're just often so not connected to our bodies. And that is actually a big root cause for a lot of digestive issues and then even psychological issues that can afflict us, as they did in my case, when our relationship with food is out of balance. So this has been an incredible practice in my own life, and I'm very happy to be able to share it with you. So this asana that we practiced, Vajrasana, is the only yogic pose that we are able to do after we eat. And it is something where you don't have to sit in the full posture to get the full benefit, but by just being still and calming the mind, we're actually deeply benefiting our digestion. The mind and body are so interconnected in Ayurveda that whatever we are thinking actually impacts what we're able to digest. That's why we really like to take those moments, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, to just sit calmly and actually visualize what's happening within. And that is the way we can ignite our mental power, right? Our minds have a lot of power to be able to influence us for better or for worse. And so we like to cultivate that to be able to bring out the best in ourselves, to bring out the best in our food. And again, if you have questions on this, please do note them, because we'll have a Q&A after this, and I'll be happy to answer any of these for you. Another very key tip for healthy digestion in Ayurveda is to make a shift from having cold to warm and ideally cooked foods. The digestion, again, is considered a fire. So when we put cold things onto the fire, right, like a lot of cold water, ice, maybe some frozen yogurt, that was one of my pre-Ayurveda favorites, I must admit, we actually are extinguishing our fire. And we'll experience that as a kind of sluggishness in the mind. There may be some lethargy. There may be a feeling of just not feeling as well as I could have been. Even though I enjoyed the frozen yogurt, I feel kind of heavy, and I'm not sure why. When I came here, I learned why, and I actually did a whole parting ceremony with the frozen yogurt because I knew, you're just not good for me anymore, so we're going to have to go our separate ways. And it was a very healthy letting go, and I have not gone back or looked back since then, and have found a lot of wonderful, warmer, cooked items. Here in the summer season, we can have more cooling foods, so we will learn certain recipes that are balanced enough to give you the kind of warm and coolness that you need together to make sure that you're not getting too cooled down by the cooling foods of summer while, keeping everything balanced. That's what we're really trying to do here in Ayurveda. So it's never a blanket statement in that sense that when it's hot outside we would want some cooling foods, but there's a way to do that so that you can optimally benefit from it without putting out your digestive fire. And even if you're a salad lover, you can still enjoy your salads. So don't think I'm telling you no for that. But there's other ways that you can enjoy it. You can think about steaming the vegetables. You can add certain digestive spices to the vegetables to make them easier to be able to digest by your system. Warm water is another wonderful thing that we can do to stimulate our digestion. We recommend hot water for people who are really having active digestive issues and need more support. They actually need more fire. So what we recommend specifically is to boil the water, and then you can drink it hot if you really need that support. Or in the summer, what we like to do is actually boil the water and then drink it once it's cooled down. What the boiling does is it actually allows the stove to be able to do the beginning stage of digestion for you, so that your digestive fire doesn't have to work as hard to be able to assimilate the water into nutrients that will support you versus, making you feel tired, lethargic, heavy, and etc. Eating the right amount. How do we know when enough has been enough? So in the Ayurvedic scriptures, which we always teach from, there are some very specific tips that they've given us to know when enough has been enough. Sharanyaji mentioned how we always want to keep that 25% space in the stomach for air to be able to move freely and circulate the food into nutrients to go where they need to go. We also want to make sure that we don't have any heavy feeling anywhere in the body, especially in the heart area or the stomach. We should feel relieved from hunger. All of the senses should work well, so there shouldn't suddenly be a feeling of, wanting to close the eyes, or suddenly having difficulty hearing or smelling, or, using any of the five senses. We should also feel completely at ease moving around, sitting, standing, breathing, laughing, and speaking. So basically, we're encouraging you not to eat to the point where you have to, readjust your pants to be able to sit comfortably, or to kind of have to move your way around to, feel okay after eating, or just want to sit completely still. What we actually recommend after sitting for a little while in Vajrasana or some variation of it with the visualization is to take 100 steps, because that will give you the right amount of fire to be able to start the process, so that everything is moving very smoothly and fluidly. And that is always after sitting calmly for some time before. So it's not an immediate going for the 100 steps, but you sit for some time, allow the process to get started, and then the 100 steps will support you in activating the beginning of the food being digested properly. Another very important tip I'm happy to pass on is about these incompatible food combinations. There's some things that just don't go together, as much as we may like to have them together. One of them is actually yogurt and fruits. So that is why I had to say goodbye to the frozen yogurt with, the yogurt and the strawberry toppings and all of the extras. Also, fruits and vegetables, milk and fruit don't go together, except for mango. So you can enjoy mango lassis in the summertime, and we will actually have some rose lassi here, which is a very nice summer treat. Milk and meat, milk and salt, and milk and vegetables typically do not go together. So, the creamy soups where you have the milk base with salt, we like to avoid it, to be able to avoid having toxins build up in the body, which again will make us feel lethargic and tired and really slow down not only our digestion, but then our overall immunity. Digestion is really the key to health in Ayurveda, and that's why we like to follow all of the Ayurvedic texts' recommendations given to us by the sages of India to really have optimal digestion, to have optimal health.